Ben, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
What brings you to Intersolar?
So we are here today for Intersolar to launch the Emirates electric vehicle road trip, which is the third electric vehicle road trip that we've run across the world. The first one was in London, and the second was in Europe in March this year.
What inspired you to start these electric vehicle road trips?
The electric vehicles are bringing a lot of excitement to the market, and I think if you're going to engage anybody on topics of climate change or sustainability, you need to engage them. And one way to engage them is by excitement. So we run these very exciting road trips in different parts of the world that build hype and excitement. And in doing that, we're able to bring serious topics to the table and raise awareness and educate a wider audience.
What sort of engagement are you seeing here?
We're seeing engagement from many different people, whether that's on the business side or the consumer side, whether that's male or female, and various different age groups that are amazed at the technology that electric cars deliver. And I think that's one of our reasons for running the road trip, is that many people from across the world still are not aware of the technology that we have to hand, whether that actually is in renewable energy or in products that use energy, such as electric vehicles.
Are these challenges or barriers to entry the lack of dissemination, or do you think it's that there isn't the infrastructure here yet to support these vehicles?
I think many people use the barrier of infrastructure when discussing renewable energy or electric vehicles. But I think actually infrastructure is only a small part of the ecosystem, and the main barrier is usually a psychological barrier. And that psychological barrier can be people simply aren't aware of the technology there. So that's one problem that we solve. We bring the product to market and people can see it, test it and feel it. And the other barrier comes around the idea of infrastructure such as electric vehicle charging stations, the range of the vehicles. And our response to that normally is, if you have a house or a parking space, you can build your own charging station. And in a place like the UAE that is relatively small compared to places like the UK or Europe, you don't need an extremely high range, because most of your trips are within 80 to 100 kilometers.
What's most exciting you about this sector?
So I love the impact that we can have from this, and I love the fact that we're working on a project that will go down in history as the first ever electric vehicle road trip in the Middle East. So for me and the team, it gives us great satisfaction to know that we can be part of that change, and that we can see change not only happening on a policy level from corporate interest, but also from people on the ground. So we've had inquiries from people to buy the Teslas here. They want to know where they can buy them, when they can buy them. We've had a few offers for the Teslas here, which we had to decline. But it's great to see that.
What sort of legacy do you think you're going to create with these road trips?
The Emirates electric vehicle road trip has an instant impact, as well as a lasting legacy. And that lasting legacy comes from infrastructure that we build. So we'll be building charging stations across the Emirates that enable not only us to complete the electric vehicle road trip, but also for residents and tourists for years and decades to come to utilize those charging stations. So this electric vehicle highway, or the UAE electric vehicle highway as we will start calling it, will allow you to travel over 800 kilometers across the UAE to be able to visit the 7 Emirates.
And we really look forward to joining you in January. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.